edition. Rob Sacre, Christian Pedersen is our producer, our third wheel here. Our wheelbarrow. Actually, yes, wheelbarrows only have.
You have said that my last name correctly more times than Dick Al and Morrison both have combined, so I appreciate it. Thank you, Jack.
Are you suggesting that maybe Rob and I care a little bit more than Adam and Dan? I'm not saying it.
I'm suggesting that Pedersen can be Peterson very easily if you don't ask. So, I appreciate.
Did you ever get this is terrible. Did you ever get like jokes with Pedersen all the time or no? No.
My big one was that Scott Peterson, the murderer, was right. Like I want to say that was my 8th grade freshman year of high school. And my dad's name is Scott.
Scott Pedersen.
Yeah. So that's what I got a lot of was, oh, your dad's a murderer. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, my dad's a murderer.
Christian Rob, this is supposed to be the lighthearted portion of Gonzaga Nation.
We'll edit that down.
No.
There is no editing on this at all.
Because I wanted to do something lighthearted today, but there's a couple of things that we have to start the podcast with, or the YouTube show. I don't even know what we're calling this.
All I'm going to say content is the rundown you sent. You definitely got some things you got to talk about.
I got some things.
I'm already fired up. I'm ready.
It's a serious topic, but first of all, we need to address what Christian said to Rob and I right before we started recording. There was a little bit of a hiccup. We got a late start this morning because Rob couldn't figure out how to get the Zoom link from text form on his phone into his email. So that took.
I was so lost this morning. I don't
hold on, Christian. Christian, you hold on. Okay. You hold on, Christian.
I'm trying to defend Rob.
It takes Rob understandably a minute to figure out how to get it on his laptop. He eventually did. I don't know if Christian helped him or not. That doesn't matter. Christian then apologized and said, I'm sorry. You have to remember, I'm just a millennial. This is how I do things. How old do you think we are, Christian, to suggest that we are not your generation?
Well, no, okay, so I work high school. So I work younger. I work the majority of people I send links to are 16 to 20.
So Gen
Xers, XYs, the ones that have TikTok.
Gen Zers.
So no, it was. I don't think that you guys are particularly older than me. I think that I just am the one that needs to apologize because I am the producer and I am here to feed Rob the ball. I passed it into the stands, I said it was the size of the ball, man. It was the wind. It was the wind in the gym. It got it. So no, it is my apology.
Syracuse. That's typical Syracuse guys.
Yes.
Wind. It was a prison ball with St. Quentin. Wind. Okay. So Christian just insults us right off the bat, but that's fine because I felt insulted last night. I think the game of basketball, college basketball, specifically in the WCC, was insulted last night. And I understand Todd Golden was on Dan's show earlier this week, and he's a friend of that program. That's great, but I'm saying this because I care. I care about the sport of basketball. I care about Todd Golden himself, his family, the institution of the University of San Francisco. But Rob, it's painfully obvious to me that Todd Golden has a raging gambling problem. To be really? Up, I should say, down 20 points and calling timeouts the last 2.5 minutes to grind to a 16-point victory and cover it by the hook that's a problem. That's compromising the integrity of the entire sport. And as I said last night, we need to raise awareness. We need to spread awareness. We need to point this problem out.
I am not putting that on that man. No,
I am.
I know
he was smiling. He was smiling. Christian, do we have the capability to go back and grab CBS Sports video? I don't want to put extra work on your plate, but there is a moment.
You don't want to put extra work on your plate.
There's a moment with about 40 seconds to go when they pull within 16 and he is looking at his assistant coach and smiling ear to ear. Now, why down 16 with 40 seconds to go be smiling at your coaches all of a sudden?
I'm going to look you. I think that the question isn't whether or not it's more work. It's whether or not CBS is going to, DNS takedown us of using their footage. But yeah, I'll see what I can get.
Can't we say because Dan was on the show that we're grabbing it for his reel? I think you could say that, actually.
Oh, look
serious.
at you.
It's a workaround.
Can't this just be when in doubt, blame Dick Al? Is our future motto on this show?
This is his spiel. We're just helping him.
This is his car.
Yeah,
we're just renting.
Yeah, exactly. We're
on his
driving
insurance.
around. It's his fault that he gave us two monkeys a chance to run around in his car.
Hats off to San Francisco. They came out and they punched us in the mouth first half yesterday. Rob, like we said last week, was prepared to watch another 30-point beatdown of an inferior WCC opponent. We did that with BYU last week. And then what did BYU go and do on Saturday? They went and beat USF. So if BYU was beating USF at Memorial on the Hilltop, I thought there was, because we always do this, right? We do the transfer of property. This team beat that team, ergo, this team must be that team. You know what I mean?
Right.
That never works in football. Trust me. I'm a gambler. I mean, not Todd Golden level, but it never works in football. That never works in basketball. Matchups are different. You're juiced for different games. I get that. But, begrudgingly, hats off to USF for coming into Spokane and not being afraid.
No, they played well at the beginning, and they gave us a little bit of adversity, and it was great. I thought, Timmy struggled at the beginning of the game, 1 for 7 at one point, and then he showed his leadership yesterday where he was able to turn it around. What did he end up with?
23.
Yeah, that just showed great leadership, and I thought everyone really was composed throughout the whole game. You watched Chet. Do you think that was Chet's best game?
Because he had the first half foul trouble, he had a little bit of adversity, and he came back and played so well in the second half. So maybe, yeah, he was.
I would have to say that. I was gonna that might be Chet's. He looked for his shot. He was aggressive. He attacked the hoop strong. He played through fouls, whether he got fouled or not. He finished strong. I thought that might have been his best game throughout the whole season. And it was a game where it wasn't like we were rolling. We needed that win. And it was great to see everybody contributing last night.
Yeah, USF comes out, and I think, what was it? It was like 15-4 or something like that. And the Zags go on a big run, take like a 7-8 point lead. And then USF comes marching back middle of the first half to tie the game. Zags ended up with a 3-point lead at half. I don't want to go through the whole game recap because that's called boring content. Yes. But as you mentioned, Twin Towers combined for 55 points, 23 from Timmy, 22 from Chet. Those guards from USF were as advertised. Jamar Boye, and Shabazz were awesome. Boye played the whole game. So those two guards were awesome. And then they had timely shooting from the other guys, like huge key threes, momentum builders and momentum stoppers. The two things that 3-pointers do. But in the end, Gonzaga cruised to a 16-point victory. So ho hum. Rob, any other thoughts on the game?
Typical basketball, right? What hell? You put this guy on?
Yeah.
Who put this?
I mean, it's this Christian is just doing his job as a producer. Can we put Todd Golden's face on?
I kept Googling last night's game results, and that's all that kept popping up.
If people, you could accuse me of being slanderous. That's fine. I'll surrender my paycheck for this week's episode.
Take this man's paycheck too. You're gonna take. You're gonna take this guy's coat. It's just weird. He was at St. Mary's. We talked about this, right?
Yes, we did. I don't know. Not on this platform.
Not on this, but he played at St. Mary's. That explains everything. They want to squeeze all the juice out of that fruit.
Anyone who was watching last night and understood the 16.5 spread knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't know what the spread,
was the spread,
if you weren't aware of the spread last night, I could see how this morning or today, as you're watching this, you're like, Jack, you're being a little dramatic. No, I'm not. I'm just pointing it out. And I'm a little tongue in cheek. Obviously, I would love my coach if we were down, but we had a chance to cover, to call timeouts and run sets to get us the cover. I do think that's awesome, but I think it's disgusting in this case. And Todd Golden should have a talking to.
But the last
if not,
play
be
of
suspended
the
the rest of the
last
game.
play of the game, I think they had like 4 shot attempts. It was just throw the ball on the rim and go get it.
It's almost like they knew that they could cover if they scored on that possession, right? Open your eyes, Rob. Open your eyes. Mark Few, and I know this from experience, man of integrity, would never do that. Yeah, unfortunately for all of us Zag bettors. Game was on CBS last night.
Ooh.
Initially, it's always weird how they figure out these games, these midseason games. They'll throw a CBS at you.
It's the late time. It's the time for me.
8 p.m. that kills you. But there was a lot of other late 8 p.m. games last night, most notably Arizona at Stanford. We'll get to that in a minute. But at first, you're cruising around ESPN. You're like, wait, where's the Zag games? And you look it up. You're like, oh my God, it's on CBS Sports. What? But then I click over there and I got to tell you, the fanfare on CBS Sports, albeit the fanfare at CBS mid-January is kind of fun.
It is. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't do I don't think I've ever experienced a CBS game at night.
Okay, but
I'm not saying this is a ton thing. It's always on a Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like midday CBS.
Yes, but you hear that you're watching a commercial and then it goes to black and then you hear that do 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 do. Yeah,
you feel like Christian's you're just ready for the tip off. You ready?
Christian, you're muted.
Yeah, that was my whole night last night. Was that CBS song? I was dancing as I jumped around between different games.
Isn't that awesome? I love that. And
it helped me fight staying up till 11 for the end of the game. Yes.
And another thing. So when we watch the games on ESPN, it's fine. And we love Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham, friend of the program. They do like 15 games a night. So the shoulder programming, meaning like the pregame, halftime, and postgame show, there's always just 2 or 3 random guys in there talking about the Zags, and they have their opinions before they even watch the half, whatever. There's not much production value to it. CBS, they've got Seth Davis, John Rothstein, like 2 of their top guys for a game in the middle of January on a Thursday night. That made me feel like USF at Gonzaga meant something a little more. Now it does, obviously, if you're a WCC fan, but nationally, globally, maybe not globally, but nationally,
you're out of your ass right
now. I
think you're talking straight out of your ass, because I just was like, and then we had what really threw me off was not hearing Heister's voice
with Dan.
Yeah. No, CBS needs to hire Heister and bring him into studio.
Dude, Heister does a lot of Pac-12 games down at Washington State, men's and women's. Heister's a busy dude.
He really is, which is remarkable.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Anything else on CBS?
Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel. Like I said, I prefer the CBS during the day than at night. It just threw me off. It just is such a weird concept at night for a night game. I don't know. That wasn't me. Maybe they don't have any programming. They need a new pilot for a show or something. I don't know.
Okay. So we respectfully disagree there.
Yeah,
that's fine. MVP, LVPs.
I would have to say Chet, man.
Chet. Yeah.
That was to me, that was by far. Yeah, he's had some pretty great moves within the game, but I just thought overall that was his most aggressive game all the way down to like the end of the game. He just played hard. So I'd have to say Chet.
I'm going to go with Meatloaf. Did you get the notification last night or this morning?
Of Meatloaf?
Oh my God, I have to break the news to you. Christian, did you know this? Meatloaf.
I always get these last late night deals. What the hell is this?
I'm glad you're sitting. Meatloaf has passed.
What?
74 years young.
Eddie from Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Correct. Meatloaf is dead.
Dude, people are dropping like flies around here.
Yeah, and last week you see Danny Tanner and it's really sad, and Betty White's less sad. You see Meatloaf and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. 74. It's a good run for Meatloaf. Yeah, I would do anything for love. I would do anything for the Zags. I would do anything for Meatloaf. Like the food. I'm actually a really big fan of the food.
Meatloaf.
Outside of like that, I would do anything for love song. You mentioned Rocky Horror Picture Show and God, what is it? Fight Club. I don't know how much impact Meatloaf had on the culture. Christian, what does Meatloaf mean to you?
More movies than music. Knowing him from
What?
Rocky Horror Picture Show and from Fight Club and
Fight Club for sure.
from my parents going, oh, that's Meatloaf. And then that's my introduction to go backwards and find the musical.
That's so right. That is so right. Like mid 90s, my parents being like, anytime this larger kind of gross looking guy showed up, they'd be excited. And I'd think, why? They're like, that's
gross looking guy.
I mean, come on. Let's call a spade a spade. I think if Meatloaf was alive today, he'd agree with me. He's kind of
he was in
bigger,
Tenacious D, Pick
guy.
of Destiny as well. He was
there you go. Let me pull up his full. Now I gotta movie.
Christian likes that movie. I'm surprised.
How are we on time? Okay.
I don't know what that means, Rob. We've known each other for 2 podcasts, but yeah, I think that's an underrated cinematic experience.
That's a great movie, man.
He's
That's one of my kids' favorite. My 2 youngest, that's their favorite movie. It's crazy.
What's that? Rocky Horror?
Today, well, both.
Oh, Pick of Destiny.
I stopped Rocky Horror Picture Show right after Eddie dies.
Dude, he's in a lot of.
Then he gets weird. He gets a little weird for it. They don't need to see all that.
Absolute Killers, Fight Club, Blood Rain, Black Dog. Black Dog, he's second lead. Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny, The Squeeze, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Wayne's World, Gun Shy, Masters of Horror, The Moment. All right, I could go on and on. But my MVP is
if I pick the name Blood Rain and you had to pick what decade that movie was made of, that's a 90s movie, right? That's as solidly of a name of a 90s movie as all time.
Or 90s or late 80s.
Wrong. 2005.
What? Oh,
Blood Rain.
You missed the window on making Blood Rain. You missed the window on that.
I'm with you.
Spelt blood, regular way, RAYNE.
Trying to make it.
I didn't.
Don't know what's going on there. Rob, LVP. Rob hates being negative, by the way.
On our team?
No, anywhere in the world. I just picked Meatloaf for my MVP.
Oh, Meatloaf. I don't really have one. Like I said, Jack.
Me for texting links.
There you go. Christian, least valuable player this morning. Texting links. And then insulting our age bracket.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. Can you say that on this? I don't know. We'll censor that out. But that's garbage right there, boy. Calling us old. Jesus, how old do you think I am?
You have a Wikipedia page. We don't have to play the thinks game on you.
No. But are you looking it up? No, you're not. So take a guess.
Christian, are you like 18 months younger than Rob?
Probably.
Like that?
I'm gonna guess 37. 35. I don't know. What am I saying?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
32.
When do you think I played? LeBron is
37.
34,
LeBron's
41, 83, set hike.
I'm 30. I'm 32.
32.
Yes. Jesus. Where Jack, do I look old, Jack?
To me, you'll always be younger than me, unfortunately. So every time I look at you.
I know. You've seen me with the curl. You still see me with the curl.
Oh boy. All right, well, moving on.
I'm not insulted.
Does this naturally grow into curls, or did you have to add a little something?
Each child I had, the hairline just went further and further back.
At least you have an excuse for hair loss, my man. I just have to have.
But here's the thing, Jack. Jack, you use the hair loss. You just go to them and you go to whatever chick you're talking to, Jack. I can't name one, but you go. I have a lot of testosterone. This is the reason why. And you just show them their bald head, buddy.
Is testosterone the reason for?
Yeah.
Testosterone kills hair?
No, testosterone. If you have too much testosterone, that's why you have a loss of hair. I'm serious. I'm serious. No, I don't know about Christian.
Christian's got a beautiful
has his boyish looks. He's still there.
Okay, so fair enough. I insult your age. You say I'm a girly man. Fine.
There you go. 1 for 1. So you're saying I'm too much of a man to have hair, Rob?
Correct.
Okay. No, I can get behind that. My LVP of the week is Todd Golden's Enablers. It's sad that people have fostered this addiction for so long without saying anything. The man needs help. And it's if I have to use this platform to shout it from the rooftop, so be it.
Do you think he was at the Turf Club before?
100%. Love the Turf Club, by the way. Go check it out.
Yep, go check it out.
Christian, that is the sports book.
I was going to ask, what is the legalized level of gambling currently in Washington State?
You got to jump through some hoops, but right now, yeah,
on sports too and everything. You're okay.
You still, I mean, you can't just. You and I couldn't go open one. We're not members of the tribe. But
it's hard to keep track of though, because every state is in kind of the way that weed was 5 to 10 years ago. Everything's happening at different rates. Now it's gambling is coming at all these different states, different rates.
Yeah, they already had the infrastructure in Northern Quest, and they were light years ahead of the game in installing a sports book. So good on them. They did it. Arizona. Did you see that Arizona score last night?
Man, this is lining up, buddy.
Collision course.
Dude, we are playing them.
In the West, Elite Eight, San Francisco. Christian, are you going to fly up for it?
Potentially. We have production meetings the last couple of weeks that have led to a lot of people begging Dan Dick out to pay for everybody to go to all of the tournaments. So maybe, potentially. I would like to.
Done. Rob, what was the final score last night as Arizona rolled into Palo Alto, smacked Stanford? The score was 85-57. Cared to guess who the high scorer was for your Arizona Wildcats? Hint, I'm not doing this to put you in a bad position.
A Canadian.
No, but he is foreign, and you are familiar with him.
I have no clue. Oh,
Omar Ballo had 22 last night for the Wildcats. I didn't look it up. That's got to be a career high. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Career high at Stanford for the former Zag great from Molly or Molly?
Molly. No, and good on him, man. Hopefully, I know Tommy's going to produce a hell of a big player. He's going to push. I know Tommy for a fact will make Ballo a household name by the end of his career.
Household name? Now you're talking out of your ass. There's no, with all respect,
I give Omar, it. I know, but here's the thing:
household name. This is college basketball, man. There's no household name.
That's true too, but it's Arizona basketball.
Okay, yeah,
that's one thing. And I know Tommy he's on Ballo. I know for a fact Tommy's going to be all over Ballo, making sure that he produces. So we'll see.
We shall see. I didn't include a Syracuse update, Christian. Oh no, your undergrad's UCLA. You guys barely got by Utah last night, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just keep on moving after almost leaving the unranked Utah.
Yeah. Is it time to smash the fraud button on UCLA? I mean, they only have one loss, so on paper they're pretty good. But if you watch any of their games, it's brutal.
But that's what makes it scary, you know.
That's That's a Mick Cronin team, man. Mick Cronin teams like bar fights. We like knockdown, drag out brawls. Yeah.
We know. We've seen those Cincinnati teams before.
Yeah. And the only update you need to know ever from Syracuse basketball is that there's a Boeheim coaching, a Boeheim shooting threes, and a Boeheim getting the rebounds. So mediocrity is our ceiling.
Wait, there's two Boeheims playing right now?
Yeah,
both of his older kids.
The third one transferred last year after he saw Buddy rip it up in the tournament.
No way.
Yeah, it was like, well, if that walk-on turn shooter could get attention, I'm gonna do the same thing.
What if we have like AJ and Joe? Too bad AJ can't play anymore.
We would probably be on the bubble at best with Syracuse.
Exactly.
Excuse me. I said UCLA had one loss. They have two losses. So on paper, they look great. They're top 10 in the country. But if you watch any of their games,
I know they grind
as you
them
mentioned, they right. And Christian makes a good point. That is Mick Cronin basketball. But I wish I could start the month over and just fade UC. I mean, never mind. I'm not talking Golden. I'm not talking not talking gambling here. This is
oh yeah, no, you are allowed to talk gambling because you're not the coach of a team. That's what
there you go. I like that, Christian.
Because
you see,
Christian keeps it.
That's
keeps
right.
It up.
Sacrifices. I like to gamble, so I gave up
your coaching
opportunity to coach division. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
you can't have your cake and eat it too, Todd.
For all we know, right now you could have been courtside at Duke coaching instead of Coach K. And
you said it,
but you sacrificed that experience for yourself
right.
And for the people so that you could be here to give gambling advice.
Correct.
Or just retroactive gambling advice about fading UCLA 3
right.
weeks ago.
Yeah. People love hearing retroactive gambling advice. And Todd Golden, look yourself in the mirror, take a shower, clean it up. It's filthy, disgusting.
I don't know if an apparel line is something we're capable of making as part of this venture, but I think Rob's got his first one. He went to St. Mary's. That makes sense. Or whatever you said exactly about St. Mary's. We'll put that on a shirt. Sell that as our first.
St. Mary's, you dog. Yeah. All right. Well,
what shirt are you wearing?
Who?
What shirt? Viral Rockstar.
Yeah, you see. They gave me a bunch of shirts.
The Heat?
Yeah, but like they use like skulls instead of actual players, so they can't use like it's like their likeness, but it's not their likeness.
Oh, they take like classic NBA pictures and replace them with got it. Smart.
They gave me one with Kobe, and I'm not gonna lie, it was just a guy, like it was the Mamba, but he was full of skeletons, and I was just like, and I was about to tweet it, but it was just around the time he passed. I was like,
rough timing. Yeah. That is rough timing.
I'm not gonna really post this on Twitter real quick, just because it's just not right timing.
Finally, this is a selfish move, but I had to do it. I want to ask your opinion, both of you. It's my mom's birthday
today.
Yeah, today.
Oh,
what do you get your mom for her birthday?
Mine's next week.
What are you gonna get? Mama Bear?
I don't know. I was going to take my mom to the Oregon coast next week, but then I just realized it was.
You have the time to do that?
It's not the time. It's just getting to the Oregon coast. Just doesn't. There's no real direct. You have to.
Yeah, time. It's not the time. It's the time. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Does she like flowers?
These flowers is so.
Is it though?
I guess I'll do flowers.
No, and get her go and.
I always do a gift card for like everything.
What about
birthdays?
Candle? Mom's always like candles.
All right, maybe I'll do candle. Christian.
Go to TJ Maxx and just pick up
TJ Maxx
and pick up some candles. They always got great candles there.
How did Rob not suggest? Rob, I'm surprised you didn't go with a racehorse.
Buddy,
just buy your mom a racehorse. There you go, Jack. She'll get her investment back. She'll be able to hang out with horses for a couple of years.
I don't think Jack's mom's into horses like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know her well enough. I had a couple drinks with her once in a while, but
no. This is just me crowdsourcing. Christian, what was the last gift you gave your mother for her birthday?
My mom is a Christmas baby. She's like December 23rd. So I have always been able to phone it in and just combine both things to go with larger ticket items. So got her like a fan mixer for her kitchen.
So you're just a bad son.
Oh, horrible. Yeah. No.
Okay,
go for my gift, Mom. I just want to give you my love.
Mm-hmm.
Or
it's the effort that counts. And then my dad is close enough to Father's Day that I've always been able to kind of, group those efforts.
Hell no, you don't do that. Hell no, that doesn't.
Looking forward to exploring the strained relationship with my parents as we go on this podcast.
Oh, we're gonna get into some Freudian shit for real.
Deal.
Rob, Zach Gray, Christian Pedersen on the ones and twos, not to be confused with Christian Peterson. That's the other producer. This has been Friday edition of Gonzaga Nation SI Sac and Jack. Labeling, does that work?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Show number 2. Wrap
number 2. We're getting better. We're getting better.
You think so?
Like you guys have done this before.
Yeah.
Once in a while. All right. I got to get these kids to the bus stop. Otherwise, they're going to bitch at me.
All right, Christian. Thank you.
I got to stop
Christian,
making
good
fun
job,
of
buddy.
So yeah, thanks guys.
Peace.